Your Majesty at your service. Welcome to Fair King Talks. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of my podcast. Know your limit. Last week I was on annual leave, yet my daily schedule still required me to honor some of my other commitments. I don't know about you, but I feel that striking a healthy balance between achieving my own goals and taking care of my responsibilities can be very tricky. I'm going to try and share with you an analogy that makes sense in my head, and I hope that you'll make sense of it as well. So when we sleep, our bodies should technically be able to shut down, rest, and load up energy for the next day. I would say that I need about 8 hours of solid sleep to function at 100% when I wake up. I find that when my sleep is interrupted, which is most days, I do not wake up fully charged as such. So I'm waking up at around 80%, and this is doable, but not ideal. By the time I've gone to work and taken care of my family, I'm on 25%. So when the kids are going to bed, I'm literally have like 25% of energy that I can use on all the other things. Most of the time, that time is spent catching up with my goals, emails, maybe a friend, and of course, my husband. By the time I enter my room to go to sleep, I am most probably on 5%. And even though I know I should be really going to sleep, I sneak in a little time to consume media and, just watch my favorite shows and fall asleep that way. Now, my energy levels vary day to day because I work part-time. But I am a full-time mother, full-time wife, sister, friend, and the list goes on. You get it. When journalists ask high-profile women, can women have it all? Often the answers I've heard, women say we can't have it all because there are sacrifices along the way. As a woman seeking a healthy balance between my professional and personal life, I've come to understand that part of those sacrifices mean that we need to know our limits. Knowing our limits when it comes to how much of our time and energy we invest in the various parts of our lives. As you and I are on a journey of being self-aware and reflect regularly, it is very important to have enough self-awareness to know when enough is enough. Taking time to stop and seek out assistance when you know when you're past your limits may make the difference in whether an injury occurs or not. A lot of people who give sound marriage advice often say, pick your battles. Knowing our limits will give us a better discernment of what we should be bothered by and truly fight for. Knowing your limits is not about not caring for things in either your professional or personal life. It is more about taking care of your energy levels and focus it on things that truly matter. If our bodies only truly charge up when we sleep, we have got to make sure that we maximize the energy we have on things that give us a good return. Whether that be making us feel good, achieving our goals, or create positive memories. As your responsibilities increase in life, you start to realize you don't have enough time to invest in things that you used to be your world when you were younger. I am all for achieving your goals and tapping into your greatness. However, I do not think that you becoming the best version of yourself should be at the expense of yourself and those that count on you. So on this episode, I want to share with you my thoughts on how I've identified some of my limits in different parts of my life, with the hope of you being able to identify your limits and how you can save yourself of unnecessary stress and reserve your energy towards things that matter to you. So here are 5 thoughts on how I identified and overcame my limits. Number 1. Before having kids, I used to nap daily, like nap queen. Having suffered from iron deficiency makes me very tired, and therefore rest is very important to me. I don't nap daily anymore. However, if I'm really struggling, like really struggling with my energy during the daytime, I will take a nap with my girls when they are both asleep. Or I'll ask someone in my tribe to look after them whilst I take a nap, a much needed one. I refuse to suck it up or power through when I really can't manage to stay awake. I would rather ask for help instead of making a bad mistake because I was too tired. Number two, maintaining friendships gets harder and harder as you create your own family and are occupied with getting ahead with your own goals. Whereas previously I dropped my things to be there for my friends, I can no longer do that. I have to consider my family and other commitments like work, etc., before my friends. It's so sad to say that out loud, but the priority list in my life has shifted. I consider myself to be a good friend, but I can't be my old me with my friends. Friends who respect and understand the shift don't get offended when you can't be there in the same capacity. True friends value the time and attention you do give. And ultimately, when you do spend time with them, it's time to catch up and just enjoy your friendship. Number three, being a working parent made me realize that as much as I love my career and I want to make a difference in the world, I think it's more important to make a difference in the world and the life of my children. Working part time gives me the flexibility to grow in my career and also be with my kids. My growth at work may be at a slower pace, but I'm willing to see my career as a marathon rather than a sprint. I have my children for at least 18 years, but my career will be even longer than that. I still have my ambition and I will always seek opportunities to grow. However, I will not grow professionally at the expense of not being there physically for my children to nurture them in their critical years of life. Number four, it is not by force that we become the best versions of ourselves. I have so many great intentions and goals, but a girl has to be realistic and be able to maintain the desired lifestyle that is required to achieve the desired goals. I, for example, can't commit to running every single morning at 6 a.m. because I may not even be asleep during the night to wake up and so happy to go running at 6 a.m. I've learned not to be so rigid with my plans and allow for flexibility with my goals. Like the quote says, if we aim for the stars, we will land on the moon. I've learned that it's important to manage your own expectations for yourself and be kind to yourself. So as long as you try to do better each day, that's all that matters. And finally, number five, be aware of overstretching and overcommitting. You can't just say yes to everything and work out the final details later on and how it will fit in your life. It's okay to say, let me think about it and come back to you. Even though I am a fairy queen, I can't magically freeze time to be in two places at once. Especially now when most things have become virtual, multitasking has gone mad. You can be watching a film while responding to emails and all viewing messages. A lot has happened in the world over the past, 20 years with technology rising. But what has happened to paying attention to one thing at a time? Being present in each moment of life is beautiful and you will enjoy each experience. So I encourage you to dedicate your time and energy before you drain yourself. Your energy is so precious, and I hope that you use it on things that help you become a better version of yourself and make a positive impact in the lives of those around you. When you know your limits, you know your opportunities. Limitations aren't all bad. It allows you to set healthy boundaries with others and with yourself. I hope that you will now take the time to review how you can make better use of your time so that your energy is reserved for achieving your goals. At the end of each episode, I address the queendom. Know your limits. It's okay to ask for help. Pick your battles. Reserve your energy to achieve your goals. Maximize the time you do have. Thank you so much for listening to Fair Talks. See you next time.